teleprompters that I could just put on there instead of big, giant lower thirds. You know what I mean? Not complaining, but we'll just do this on air. Like we're covering this here. This is teleprompter-free news. Do you like it? Okay, let's go ahead now and get into this next report. We're almost done here and going to break and coming back with, I didn't mention, Michael Bagneric's coming up tonight. So that's going to be informative. Former Libertarian presidential nominee, 2004, good friend of mine. U.S. researchers and big pharma conducting human experiments in Africa. And, I mean, I've seen this declassified hundreds of times, and it gets into reports where they've linked people getting HIV from the vaccines. All I know is the BBC years ago had to admit that they checked medically a bunch of young women that had HIV. Some countries, half of them have it. And it turned out that they'd all been vaccinated. None of them had lost their virginity that they looked at. And they found, well, it must be dirty needles then. Yeah, right. So there is that report. They use our troops as guinea pigs as well. Read the full report at Infowars.com, or the People's Constitution has got links to it, and to the ethical guidelines on human experimentation. Our government, under U.S. Code Title 50, Chapter 32, Section 1528, Paragraph B. That's hard to get from memory, but I got to say it fast. U.S. Code Title 50, Chapter 32, subsection 1528, Paragraph B. And they say all this experimentation is illegal unless it's for research. Then it's all legal. DHS official. You would never know if new streetlights were spying on you. We have, of course, a Fox News clip where they arrogantly say that you would never know. You know, they say they're putting them in all over the country, but you'll never know which streetlight's doing it. They say it with a lot of arrogant aplomb at the end of the piece that you can read at Infowars.com. Oh, we have the clip? Sure, let's play a short clip of the Fox News piece.
Homeland Security here in Charlotte. He says if the city installed streetlights with surveillance abilities, you would never know.
Isn't that nice? And again, they go through a whole piece about how great it is, and every citizen loves it, and everybody wants it, and it's freedom. Those that said this was coming were kooks, and now that it's here, you're a kook if you don't like it. Like Russia Today asked me yesterday, they said, "Are you schizophrenic?" She said, "What if people think you're schizophrenic?" I'm like, "Why?" Because I just read to you the news about this. And it's like, little green men gonna get you? I don't know. I told people 10 years ago major banks were taking houses that people completely owned and that the bank didn't even have a deed for. And I showed the documents and I was crazy. Now it's all admitted. I mean, how much raping are you going to take from the crooks that run this government? How much? What's it going to take? Got to get 10 times worse? Because that's how it works. I'm going to show folks a graph of history, just a basic dead reckoning estimation from my deep research. Okay? This could be Germany, this could be the United States, this could be Rome, this could be China. Generally, the graph of tyranny starts like this. You have a culture of liberty, freedom. You know, there's always some corruption, but it starts down here. And it could happen over 10 years, over 5 years, over 50. But the graph always goes in this general direction. For a long time, it grows very, 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 very slowly. But pretty soon it goes. Now, I want to tell you where we're at. This is why people are waking up. You notice in the time frame of, let's say, 50 years, a lot of times you'll have corrupt administrations that get away with more and more, and then a really bad person gets control, or a really bad political party, or a coup or something, and that's when it goes like this. But this is what's going on here. And we have reached about this point right now. And so in the time frame, just the last few years, you've seen admissions of world government, admissions of total surveillance. The government says they'll torture or kill U.S. citizens if they want. Yeah, there's going to be government checkpoints. You notice it takes 50 years to get to right here, and in the space of a couple years, it goes like this. And then you're just, I mean, you're a rocket at this point. and it can go that fast, or, you know, if you resist, it just kind of goes like that, but it's still just off the chart horrible. Or sometimes people just completely wake up and then, whoa, sorry, But then the crooks are still in lower areas of government. They try to, it's for your own good. Or they'll claim they're fighting this group of criminals, the new group that kicks them out, and they're kind of good at first, and then, oh, we're fighting those people. So once these instruments of tyranny, once these engines of corruption have been built up, once they've got these factories of evil and big government, unless you get rid of the big government and the big system and punish all those involved or a large portion, they right away just repackage it and you're right back to the races. It's kind of like a person gets cancer and they fight it, but the chemotherapy and everything's so bad and whatever happens, and now their body's basically got the cancer cells in it from all the vaccines and the rest of it. And so, you live 50 years and you get cancer, you beat it. But when you're 55, you get an even worse one, and then you beat that and you die at 56. So, it's kind of like, even if we wake up and fight this thing, we've got cancer right now. We got cancers just all over us, and they're telling us it's freedom. We're all sick, pus is dripping out of us. And they're like, look, this is freedom. I see old ladies wearing handbags like that, just this is good. This is a good thing for you. And yes, that is diarrhea right there. Where Glenn Beck has his chalkboards, I have a piece of paper. They say I ought to start eBaying these. We could probably fund the whole operation with Alex Jones' horrid doodles. Whatever, folks. If you want this for your kids, go take vaccines, drink fluoride water, eat radiated food, eat fake honey. Well, fine. Fine. I mean, don't believe Texas A&M University that 76 or 77, depending on the brand or where they shopped, is fake. Fine. It's all lies. Everything's great. Aspartame is good for you. Drink Diet Coke till the cows come home. They admittedly gives you massive brain tumors, but don't listen to me, okay? Whatever. I'm a schizophrenic. Told you they're going to start having EAS alerts 12, 13 years ago that the government would take over without the station in control. Then I told you 5 years ago it was going to be on phones and they'd have telescreens in shopping malls. I was reading government public documents. I mean, I told you the Marines were going to start being at checkpoints. Now they are. I was at the drills. I mean, I've been there. It's real. I shot video. I came back and showed it to you, and you said I hired a $25 million crew. I mean, you understand, I haven't been exaggerating. It's worse than I can tell you. And it's because people are in a trance. They can't believe this is really happening to them. You understand that? Okay, let's continue. Oh, yeah, speaking of me warning you, sure, they're talking now about how they've got microphones going up all over the country, but DHS says you won't know which poll has them, recording it. By the way, they have your voice print if you've used Google Voice and all that. They admit that. That's sold to the government. So now they know who you are. And they want you to know now, little man, and they let you know Bank of America is going to take houses they never owned, and the cops are going to come and take it. See, they have to put that on the news because the cops are going, this house is paid for, we're taking it. They go, yeah, just Bank of America says so. All right, get your crap out of here on the street. So, see, they got to throw all this in our face. So it's like, yeah, we're listening to you. We're face scanning you on the street. What you going to do about it? Freedom. You're not with Al-Qaeda, are you? So this is what they're doing. They got the cops so brainwashed, they find a pocket constitution. They flip out. Like they just found... Again, 15 dead children in your backyard. Whatever. Look, it doesn't matter. All of you that are serving this evil and getting off on it, it's going to burn you worse than anybody else. None of you are getting out of this. You understand that? None of you cowards that have gone along with this are getting out of this. You're not getting out of it. None of you are. Not the globalists that have created this. The pit they've dug for us, they're going to fall in it. The only way to go up against this is 110% in its face. Yeah, let's go to, I shot this in 98. Put it in my film in 99, and I'm not going to show the whole piece where I talk about what they're going to do and everything, but it's in my film, Police State 2000, and you can get it on DVD. I'm selling 18 of my films on DVD for $99.95. That's a $269 discount if you want to support us at Infowars.com. But you don't have to go to and show it to them. They can find it if they want and support us. The point is, just go to the short clip from Police State 2000.
It's not just armor that local law enforcement, from state agencies to local police departments, are getting. No, my friends, it's listening devices. Of course, the excuse is to find the location of gunshots. But the designers openly admit it can also be used to listen to your conversations and triangulate your position. Let's just consciously think about this for a second. Listening devices, and I almost forgot, in tandem with cameras, all federal funding. Repeat, all federal. Armored personnel carriers, helicopters, foreign troops, practicing with local police, with our military. And in Austin, Texas, and many other cities I've visited.
That's enough.
I have.
How the cameras point into the neighborhoods. Now they admit it. And they'd say, this is non-law enforcement. You're a conspiracy theorist. Now it's all admitted. Just like Bush 5 years ago wouldn't admit they were spying on citizens. Now they just admit it. It's all illegal. Federal courts have ruled they can put GPS on your car without a warrant. And they're purchasing tens of thousands of them a year. And they're finding them all the time on school teachers' cars, you name it. But you videotape cops in public, they arrest you. I mean, this government is out of control. And they've convinced all these low-level minions that what they're doing is okay. I don't ever want to hear, if this continues, people criticize the German people or the Russian people for letting tyranny take over. This is the norm in the world. This is pathetic, but it is the norm. That people have tyrannies running them. It's just when Western countries set up tyrannies, it's always really nasty because then they start invading countries. And they don't just start dominating their own people. When a third world nation does it, we're just, oh, they're pathetic, look at that. But now it's happening here. How much more will you put up with? Because I showed you the graph. Once we hit this spot, we're at the spot. That's why everybody's waking up. That's why everybody feels in their guts so much danger. I'm going to show you again. Here's the graph. Okay, tyranny grows slowly over 50 years till you hit right here. We are right here. Now it's rocket time. Okay, and let me tell you, up this road, it just gets more and more insane. You think stuff's insane so far? This is just the system building up its weaponized grid for the people. The Pentagon admittedly designed with MIT these cameras. You notice that are all the rural areas, watching people, tracking you. They're the criminals. You got it? You got a criminal government. You got a bad government. All right. New streetlights have Homeland Security applications. There's that report. Continuing here, big banks plead with customers not to move their money. I'm going to do a lot more on solutions. I've got to get to it. I believe the biggest solution is exposing the evil and discrediting these crooks, and that it's an illegitimate occupational government that's occupied us for the big banks. But the power of citizens saying no to $5 fees to use their own money that the banks are loaning out, by the way, that has made them back off on that front. They've backed off on Obama doing a 30-minute EAS takeover that we just covered. They back off all the time. Now, they always come back again. That's what it's about in life. Getting up every morning's a fight. Taking care of your kids every day's a fight. It's not easy. Surviving is winning. Used to getting enough food for your kids to eat and them not starving to death was winning. We think winning's watching a football game and being lazy. Winning is surviving and being wholesome and good. And because we forgot what winning was, now we're given all this crap, but all the real stuff is being stolen from us. The values, the liberty, the freedom, the rights, the honorableness that created the freedom, that created the liberty, that creates more of the milk and honey and the prosperity. As we have the liberty taken, the prosperity goes. When you fight for liberty, you get more liberty, more prosperity.